And
And
we
we're
are
live.
live.
Welcome to another episode of High Income Skills. We have a special guest here, our mentor and publisher, Zachariah Stratford. Zachariah, you want to tell the folks about what the project we did together and a little bit about yourself as well?
What's going on, guys? Yeah, absolutely. I just want to say, excuse me, there's some trucks there. I just want to say, Ernesto and you guys I'm so like proud of what you guys are doing, the commitment you're making to your community, right? How you guys continually show up again and again and again, and that shows in the work that you do. And it's really, really inspiring to see. And you guys keep me on my toes of like, I need to show up better. I need to do better work. And it's just really cool to see. So proud of what you guys are doing. And I'm super glad to be supporting you on this journey. Yeah. Do you want me to
Yeah,
give like a quick intro of who I am?
yeah. Tell the people who you are, what you do, and some of the stuff that you've been helping me and Cody with, so they get a feeling.
Awesome. Yeah, so my name is Zachariah. I am known as the AI publishing ninja. And what I do is help people write and publish their dream books, the book that's been on their mind for years that they haven't been able to write, using AI, and then publish it to bestseller, then their own platform, so they can start making the money of their dreams as well. My background is in publishing. Family owns a publishing company. I ran the company for a number of years, and took that company from 60,000 published titles to over 100,000 published titles. So I've seen really books, and just about every terrible and wonderful book you can imagine has crossed my desk. So I really, what gets me up every day is really truly helping people achieve their dream of writing and publishing a book, and like working with you guys, right? How Ernesto, you're my challenge. You wrote that amazing book. Cody, you already had a book, right, ready to go.
Mhm.
And so there's helping you guys bring that to life, and not only that, then do well with the book, but then turn it into a 6 and 7 figure business, right? That's what's possible now using AI, using all the latest tools, building your own funnel. And so that's what I do. That's what I love.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely been life changing for me. I mean, quite honestly, with y'all, I mean, I've never thought that I was going to write a book. I've been a kickboxing coach and I bought real estate and I bought businesses, but writing a book to me was like something that I never anticipated in doing until I met Zachariah. And then Zachariah unleashed this whole world of possibility and creativity that I really didn't know existed. I'm not the most tech savvy guy, but I was able to figure it out, and with Zachariah's help, I wrote a bestseller. So I don't know if it's the student or the teacher, but I think we each get a little bit of credit for that.
It's both, man. It's a relationship, right? You got to put in the work, and I got to show up to support you. So, it's awesome. It's awesome what you guys are doing.
Thank you. And we're going to be releasing today's 4th of July, so happy birthday, America. We're going to celebrate, of course, fireworks. We're just doing this special live stream for y'all, just to let you know that we're going to be coming out with my book, Infinite Returns, that is a bestseller. And in this book, it talks about a variety of topics, right? I mean, I've been working with Rich Dad Poor Dad. I've been in real estate investing in 4 different states for over a decade, and I always, learning from Robert Kiyosaki, learning from Rich Dad Poor Dad, I learned that you want to use OPM, right? Other people's money and other people's credit in order to get into deals creatively through things like creative financing. And what are creative financing? Well, creative financing is things like deal structure, joint ventures, capital raising, subject to investing, lease options, wholesaling, and many, many more. And it's all in my book, Infinite Returns. And Cody, you want to tell the people how they can order a copy of it?
So we're actually going to have a link that's going to be in the description here on this video. So if you guys go into any of the live, there's a link there. But also there's going to be a link that will be posted just on our general webpage. So that'll be another thing that you guys will actually be able to go see. And on all of our social medias, the Instagram, any of the YouTube channels, you'll be able to have access to Ernesto's book so that you can go ahead and learn these real estate secrets that he is teaching all throughout the book. I know I'm learning a ton from it because I'm just starting my real estate journey. I've done all the stocks, the crypto, the GovCon stuff, but now it's time to expand the portfolio and get in the real estate. And Ernesto teaches all that stuff very, very well. So definitely go ahead, hit the link, and get that book, because Infinite Returns is going to create the pathway to infinite banking, which is going to just set you apart from everybody else.
Wow. Infinite banking.
Yeah.
Have
you heard of that concept, infinite banking?
No idea. But Ernesto, I really want to hear about like this person that you wrote the book for. Like, why did you do it? Why did you write this book?
So, I mean, I was inspired because I see so many times, like, especially in this newer generation, these Gen Z. I mean, I'm a millennial, right? So it's happened with millennials too. But in this next generation, I see a lot of them are lost, and a lot of them are scared, and a lot of them don't know how to invest. Not only do they not know how to invest, but they lack, basic skills of communication, persuasion, sales. They lack these basic skills because for the last few years, they've been told that they need to stay away from people, stay inside, and all these different world events that have happened have taken the interpersonal skills of a lot of people away. So being able to help those younger people, typically I go after, kids that are not sure if they want to go to college, or maybe college kids that they're not sure it's worth their time going into unbankruptable debt to get a degree that might not be relevant, or to find a job that might not be there for them. It's July 4th. It's Independence Day right now, 2023. And there's been massive layoffs. We're heading into a global recession, and a lot of people don't understand that it's going to get really bad for a lot of folks. But having the knowledge of knowing how to invest in real estate, how to use your credit, how to build your credit, how to grow your credit, how to have a large network of people that if you need, or when you find a deal, you can make a call and you can joint venture on a project, and your returns are infinite because you're getting other people's money, the banks and an investor, and you're building hard assets that produce cash flow and produce appreciation, produce tax write-offs. And you can do it literally from your computer. And all you need is a computer and a cell phone. That's really all you need to get into this. So, these are the type of audience I'm going after, and I really want to help. I mean, my whole life, every business that I've done, I've always used OPM, other people's money, and I've always done creative finance deal structures. So that's the fastest way to accelerate your net worth. I mean, just in the last year alone, I've bought, over $2 million worth of real estate and over $3.6 million worth of healthcare businesses, and it's all OPM. It didn't come out of my pocket, So, learning these tips and tricks it's out there. There's infinite money out there. You just got to know how to put these deals together, and that's what the book teaches, and that's what I'm going to be teaching our students, for Cody and I.
I love that. I mean, learn how you bought, $3.6 million worth of healthcare businesses, or $2 million of real estate in 1 year without your own money. That's insane right there. Right. And so that's even something that has my ears perked as like, wow, what am I missing out on? Right. What can I be getting into, right, with this? So that's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for example, Cody and I work with a lot of veterans, right? And a lot of veterans don't even know that they can get into a property without any money or without any credit, up to 4 units. So they could buy a 4-unit complex, live in 1 unit, rent out the other 4, cash flow. Maybe they even make extra cash flow by putting one of those units on Airbnb, and they make higher than market-based rent depending on the area. And then they can refinance that property and use that same VA loan again in 7 months. So that means every 7 months they could buy 3 to 4 units. And imagine by the time 7 years rolls around, you have 40 units that are producing cash flow. You know what I mean? And it's all no money down, no credit needed. And those are just some of the simple techniques. That's just one techniques for veterans. There's so many other techniques out there that people don't have no idea about.
Wow.
It's just absolutely crazy.
That's insane. And inspiring too, right? Especially, I dropped out of college, right? Because I just felt like it didn't serve me. I did commercial real estate for a while too. and then invested in a cannabis company as well that went belly up. It's another story for another time, right? But real estate's always had a spot in a place in my heart, right? And I'm traveling right now. I'm in Mexico. I'm headed to Costa Rica. We're going to maybe Europe and Asia after that. And so, but coming back into it, right, with this recession that we know is coming, right? Ernesto, can you tell me maybe what are some of the opportunities that are even that we can prepare for, some of your listeners can even prep for?
So what's going to happen in a very short amount of time, a lot of the big hedge funds, as a matter of fact, that's one of the things I'm transitioning into is I started my own fund. I'm going to raise $10 million with some of my other investor friends, and we're going to be ready to buy big commercial property, and we're going to develop a lot of commercial property because it's recession proof.
Right.
So we're protecting our money but that's all OPM. That's all other people's money, right? But It's in a fund that we manage, that we help with these projects. But going on to what the beginner person can do, the most important thing is to learn the skills no matter what, right? No matter if you have a cannabis company, no matter if you do GovCon, no matter if you have a publishing house, no matter if you get into real estate. Those avenues are just tools to make money, but you need the skills required to operate those tools, right? And what are those skills? Communication, sales, networking, persuasion. You need those skills in order to operate those tools. Those tools are just there to make money, but you need the skills in order to use those tools so you can make the money. Because if you can't sell, you're not going to sell any books, right? If you can't persuade people, you're not going to write anything creative, right? If you can't communicate, you're not going to operate a large government contract. It's just not going to happen, right? You need those skills first. That's what the book teaches, Infinite Returns. And then on top of that, it gives you the ability to utilize without any money, right? The way I've done it, because all my deals have been creative finance deals, creative deal structuring. It gives you the framework, and it tells it in a unique storytelling mode, so you can identify yourself with the different characters that interact in a real world situation, because I lived it. The story that it's told in this book is my story. It's just told in a creative writing story of how to get into these deals, because I've done it in many different states. So what the average person should do is they should buy the book first, read through the book, get on a strategy call. I'll talk with you one-on-one for an hour. I'll teach you all the concepts, and I'll go over every step that's in the book with you.
Wow.
And then I'll go over some other concepts like the infinite banking strategies, capital raising strategies. I mean, there's tax and asset protection.
That's
most
insane.
millionaires, 90% of millionaires are real estate investors, and the highest bill you have is taxes. And rich people don't pay taxes.
And you're giving away
a lot of ways to get in there and to teach you. Go ahead.
And you're giving away an hour free call. I know your hourly rates for coaching. That's insane.
Yeah, I mean, with this book release,
I didn't know your call was an hour call. That's nuts. Wow.
Yeah,
and they have it just by buying the book.
Just by buying the book, because like I said, I was lucky that Rich Dad Poor Dad had an education company, and I was able to join, and that's how I learned all this stuff, right? But that because of COVID, that whole education platform kind of went away, because it was a seminar education, right? People would go to hotels and network and learn about real estate strategies. But when COVID happened, all that stuff went away. So when I created this book, I created the book knowing all those skills and all those things that I learned from Rich Dad Poor Dad, and I put them in the book. And my hour call is really just to help people unplug from the matrix, because a lot of people don't know that, like in Las Vegas, for example, right? 50 to 60% of all single family homes in Las Vegas right now are owned by hedge funds.
Wow.
So that means if a regular human individual wants to buy a house, how can they do it? They have to compete with the hedge fund. And so now that we're going into the recession, those hedge funds have raised hundreds of billions of dollars, because they know that people are not going to be able to afford to keep their mortgage, because there's going to be massive layoffs and higher expenses, and the dollar is going to get crushed. So because they know this, they're going to come in and grab another 20% of that market. It's going to be the greatest transfer of wealth in human history, because they know the recession is coming. So they're sitting on cash ready to deploy. But if you know these creative finance structures, you can take advantage too, and you can grow your net worth. You can be a multimillionaire as well.
Wow. Sign me up. I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
So I'm trying to do my patriotic duty on the 4th of July, Independence Day, trying to free the people out of the matrix and help them, really start down that road to financial independence and building assets and having, tax write-offs. So that's with your help, Zachariah, I was able to put, the thoughts and the ideas on paper and a step-by-step method. And I hope people go to infinitereturnsbook.com and grab a copy. You get a free audiobook. It's on discount right now. And you also get the one-on-one strategy call. So I hope you guys sign up.
That's nuts. What is the number one takeaway? Someone watching this, right? What's the number one thing they could do to get started or start prepping for this recession right now?
The number one thing is to buy the book, because the book is going to tell you everything that you need to know about the high income skills I talked about the creative deal structure I talked about. And if you just learn those things on repeat and just listen to the audiobook and read the book, you're going to know more than 90% of the people walking around you. Because nobody's talking about how do you buy pre-foreclosures. Nobody's talking to you about how do you use credit and how do you use credit repair specialists to your advantage. Nobody's talking about short-term rentals and how do you optimize short-term rentals. And nobody's talking about getting into, you don't even need credit to assume somebody's loan. You use what it's called subject to, and you're just taking over property, and it's zero risk to you. The debt is in another person's name.
Wow.
So you're not even at risk. So the number one thing is to read the book, listen to the audio book, absorb the principles, and then get on the strategy call so we can accelerate from there.
Wow. That's killer, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, my mind's turning with all the possibilities, even for myself, right? And so that's cool.
Yeah, for me, it's discount season is coming. So if you have cash on hand, get the book, learn how to do these deals, and you can definitely take advantage of discount season when it hits.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm kind of stacking wealth right now because I know it's coming. So stacking all my paper. That's why I'm traveling the world. It's cheaper everywhere else than the United States.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, for sure. I mean, it's cyclical, right? So the real estate market and the stock market, it's all going to crash. Everybody knows that, right?
Yep.
But what's going to happen over a period of time, it always ratchets up. So it's going to go back up, right? It's going to go back up, but you want to grab now. You want to buy low and sell high, right? Buy as much as you can now, and then sell it. But if you know these creative deal structures, you can buy more than just one or two houses. You could buy like 10 or 20 houses because everything's going to be on mass discount. And again, you're able to raise capital, joint venture, creative deal structures, right? I mean, all these things you're able to utilize so you can literally go from a zero to like a $5 million net worth in a year, like I did, last year.
Wow. $5 million net worth. That's nuts. In 1 year.
In 1 year, yeah. Cool. I actually have a higher net worth, but yeah, that was just last year.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's killer, man.
Yeah, man. So yeah, guys, I mean, it's your patriotic duty on the 4th of July, and that's why we released it. George Washington didn't want you to be scrubs in the Matrix. They wanted you to be, independent free thinkers with living the American dream. And this is the fastest way to achieve it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, congrats on the book, right? Congrats on the bestseller status, right? And I hope people take action here because it's coming. It's coming, and now is the time. It's just like AI, right? I'm really heavy in AI. AI is here, and if you're sitting on this, if you're sleeping, you will get left in the dust. Information now is traveling at light speed, right? And advancements in technology, advancements in information, just right is happening so fast. It feels like every single day I see a new AI tool come out to do some cool thing, right? That you weren't able to before, right? And I'm not going to switch this into an AI discussion, but what I'm seeing is a real skill that people should be developing is how to utilize information for their own success, right? It's not just about because you can find anything about anything online, right? Ernesto, you're giving tons of value, right, with what you're teaching people how to do. It's that's not really the skill, is learning that information, right? What I see is a really necessary skill, especially for someone, that's choosing to not go into tremendous debt by going to college, right? It's using information to their advantage, right? And so I think this is absolutely what you guys are teaching is absolutely critical for this next generation. And I'm super excited to see the response from the book and everything you guys create and the community that you build as well, because you need to build a community of killers, right? Of people that are breaking away from the escaping the matrix. I feel like, I escaped the matrix a little bit and I still have a long ways to go because I can travel anywhere in the world and live in mansions and right. Like I'm overlooking, I'll just show you guys right here. I'm in a villa overlooking the city of in Mexico, right?
Yeah.
And that's what's available to these people if they just start learning and implementing, right? Tony Robbins talks a lot about taking massive action, right? It's like a lot of people like try to manifest, right? And they say, oh, I'm going to manifest $10,000, right? And they're like, okay, well then the universe or God or whatever you want to call it, right, is like, hey, there's this opportunity. No, I'm manifesting $10,000, right? Oh no, there's this. Hey, what about this opportunity? Creative financing, right? No, I'm manifesting $10,000, right? The key to manifestation that I find, right, is the other half of that is massive action. And right now, for everyone watching this, you have the ability to take massive action to invest in yourself, right? To invest in your future. And that's what I want for humanity is to, right, get away from investing in these giant corporations and working a job they hate for 50 years to retire with no money, right? And go to college so they can get in, like you said, what was it?
Unbankruptable debt.
Unbankruptable debt. Right?
If you could declare bankruptcy on almost all forms of debt except student debt,
Right. And
tax debt.
yeah, and so really, like, people are seeing this future, right? This future that our parents took, and they're saying, no, hell, no. I don't know if I can cuss on here. Fuck no, right? And so the opportunity is now is like, okay, what are the other avenues to make money? And so Ernesto, what you got, Cody, what you're teaching is critical. I'm super excited.
Yeah. Thank you, man. Thank you. So, go to infinitereturnsbook.com, buy your copy now. Let's get on a strategy call. Let's get on a call and really just map it out. And it's not difficult, guys. It's very easy. I've taught people how to do this for Rich Dad Poor Dad. I've taught people how to do this for other real estate companies. I mean, Cody's seen me like teach people like breaking down real estate properties in like real time, and their minds get open. And some of these people are realtors, right? They claim to be real estate professionals and they don't know what the hell they're doing, right? So you want to get with an investor. You want to think like an investor. You don't want to think like a realtor is still a cog in a wheel. He's still in the matrix, right? An investor thinks outside, right? So you want to get in there with not only the strategies, but people that have been there and done that. So go to the website, infinitebookreturns.com, get yourself a copy. Let's get in a strategy call, and I'll see you guys soon.
All right. And we also want to say thank you, Zachariah, for all the mentorship, and you're the man. So
I got you guys. Y'all work harder than, as y'all work as hard as I do. And so it's super inspiring to work with you because, like I said, we feed on each other, right? Your energy, I feed on your guys' energy, how fast you guys move, how committed you are to your community. And that only makes me want to be better at my game too. So thank you for your pushing me as well.
Yes, sir. What do you plan to do for the America's birthday today?
So, like I said, I'm in Mexico right now, just kind of chilling. And this city, I'm in San Miguel de Allende, which is considered the heart of Mexico, right?
Okay.
And so this is where the revolution started, the Mexican Revolution. So,
nice.
So this is a very busy town, and normally there's fireworks going off all the time, and they're not even big fireworks. They're the ones that just shoot up and just explode, like literally just an explosion. And they're going off all the time, every night almost. They have them here, so it's kind of quiet right now. But I will have my own, right? My own, I guess, celebration with America in
Nice.
my heart. Okay.
Awesome, man.
Cool.
Well, thank you for taking the time and talking with us and our
Absolutely,
audience.
guys.
And we look forward to Cody's books coming out soon, guys. So be on the
Cody's
lookout for
coming out
them.
next.
Yep, Labor Day. Look forward to it.
All right.
Well,
see
thank
ya.
y'all. We'll talk to you guys soon.
All right, peace.